How's it going, everyone? So with Towerborne releasing this Thursday, I want to go over some things and some changes that are coming to Towerborne in 1.0 on the 26th of February. We have two things that I want to read off today to get you guys in the loop of what's coming to Towerborne. So let's get it. Towerborne full game update launch overview. A new beginning. Select your class at creation and change it freely between missions as you refine your playstyle. Experience the fall of the City of Numbers firsthand, battling to protect its people. Come face to face with the event that forges you into a deathless ace, guardian of the last remnants of humanity. A new world. Experience a 15+ hour campaign to protect the Belfry, discover the machinations that led to the fall of Numbers, and fight alongside fellow aces to set the world right. Freely explore the map to advance the campaign, aid refugees, and discover new allies. Throughout the campaign, NPC companions will join you on select missions, expanding the story and lore while fighting alongside you against the Horde. Each companion brings player-like combat abilities capable of extending combos, setting up juggles, and helping you overcome some of the toughest challenges. Your danger level increases as you progress, peeling back the fog of war, revealing new environments, and bringing you closer to the City of Numbers. All campaign missions are through the world map or quest menu. Bounty board. Sharpen your skills and test your limits through the bounty board located on the Belfry. Battle through 100 missions with custom scenarios, including unique versions of lieutenants and bosses. Earn gear, Umbra, and skills while completing specific challenges. Face new variant bosses, trials, courage, crucibles, crafts, gauntlets, and repeating rewards that scale with the challenge. Awesome. Complete the campaign to unlock additional bounties designed to test all your skills and your build. So that's a little end game factor right there, right? Endless versatile combat. Combat in Towerborne is fast, fluid, and expressive, built around mobility, choice, and customization. Engage in highly mobile combat with 8-way dodges and rolls, multiple combo paths, and distinct combo enders that offer different utility. Player expression is at the core of Towerborne's combat progression upgrade systems, letting you shape how you fight and grow. Classes and mastery. Choose from 4 distinct classes, each with deep, expansive movesets. Version 1.0 introduces new and refined class mastery skills, along with universal skills that once unlocked are available across all classes. Oh, that's cool. Freely redistribute skill points at any time to refine your build or experiment with new approaches. I like how they do that. You don't have to pay for anything or use gold to respec. Umbra. Ally with an Umbra and use its unique ability to turn the tide of battle. New Umbra have been added, bringing with them unique mechanics new to Towerborne. Find new aspects that modify the behavior of Umbra abilities. Gear. Complete ventures to earn gear sets, unlocking additional bonuses when enough pieces are equipped. I like that. That's like the RPG element. Defeat bosses to earn weapons with new and unique perks. Discover legendary weapons and gear as you progress deeper into the world, and challenge the bounty board for new boss legendary weapons. Awesome. So we have a chase, more chase stuff. Mix and match to freely equip multiple gear sets, stack legendaries, and experiment without restriction. Further customize your helm, chest, and weapon items with aspects that grant new perks and stats. See, RPG elements are really pushing forward in this game. Perfect your gear with the Forge. Upgrade Gear Spirit Dust to increase attack and defense. Fuse unwanted gear to make new gear, giving you more control over what you earn. Reforge to change unwanted stats, tailor items to your needs. Refine stats on your gear to maximize their values. Perfect your loadout. Min-maxing is happening in this game. So if you guys are min-maxers, you guys are going to have a fun time with this, making insane builds. All cosmetics your way. It's all about the look. All cosmetic items are earned through gameplay, through mission rewards, and right stores and curios. No microtransactions. Unlockable cosmetics are acquired with rights, a currency earned by playing. Everything from early access is included, along with 50+ brand new armor sets and tons of new weapon skins, making 1.0 the ultimate cosmetic collection. Early access players will have all cosmetics that they have already acquired during the early access period. Style any gear you find. Create cosmetic versions of any drop gear, including legendaries, using rights so you're never locked into a look. Awesome. So we have the transmog system in this game too. More play equals more rights. As you progress through the campaign and take on the bounty board missions, you'll unlock additional ways to earn rights and increase your reward. So you play more, you get more stuff. That's awesome. They're not blocking you anyway. Play your way. Danger levels and progression. The world of Towerborne grows more dangerous the deeper you go. Help Paloma keep the Belfry safe to increase your danger level, accessing new areas and encounters. Rise to the challenge by earning levels, unlocking new skills, and earning more powerful gear. Flexible difficulty. Whether you're new to action brawlers or battle hardened campaign, looks like they're shifting away from like the beat 'em up model to like more of a brawler. So if that changes your aspect of the game, I mean, it's a fun game. Definitely a fun brawler, or aka beat 'em up. Towerborne lets you choose how challenging the fight should be. Difficulty can be adjusted at any time from the mission select screen. Higher difficulties reward additional rights and spirit dust, allowing you to further customize your appearance and gear. Awesome. So if you want to go harder mode, you're going to get rewarded for that. I love that. Jumping into missions below your current level automatically enables level sync, making it easy to play with friends at different stages of the game. Your stat scales down so you still feel powerful without overwhelming the mission. Earn gear usable for your current level, regardless of the mission's danger level. Nice. Disable level sync to overpower early missions. Earn gear at the mission's danger level. Perfect for jump starting a new class. Awesome. I like that. Save slots and replayability. Towerborne includes 4 save slots. That's perfect because this game is going to have an offline mode or a local co-op mode. So you want 4 players because since you could have 4 players at once. Early access players retain access to their curio progress, cosmetic purchases, rights, and stepstones when starting a new save. Early access players can import their legacy ace beginning the campaign with their class levels, gears, resources, or start a fresh save and still maintain all curio progress, cosmetic purchases, and rights. So you could come into the game pretty overpowered if you have a class already. Once brutal difficulty is locked, start a new save and test your build mastery, combat skill, and decision making from the first fight to the final victory. So if you guys are asking about endgame, it looks like the brutal difficulty is going to be endgame and also trying to get legendary items from certain bosses. Looks like that's going to be kind of like the main endgame grind. If you guys want to really get like the most out of this game, take Towerborne on the road with offline play. Play with friends. Towerborne is built to be played together online or couch co-op. It says online co-op, same platform. Play with up to 4 players online, each with their own gameplay camera, making it easier to coordinate and tackle larger encounters. Couch co-op, Xbox Series, SNX, and PlayStation 5. Play locally with up to 4 players on a shared screen and a single camera. It's a more coordinated experience and rewards teamwork and positioning. Host-driven adventures. When playing in a group, the host drives progression, pulling friends into missions and deeper challenges. This makes it easier to jump in together and keep the adventure moving forward. Scaling and level sync. Difficulty scales with party size to keep encounters engaging. Level sync ensures that players can have fun with newer friends without overwhelming the experience. Are we not going to get crossplay? Right here it says full cross-platform play expected to connect players across these platforms. Xbox Series X and S, PC, and PlayStation 5 supports online co-op for full cross-platform play, expected to connect players across these platforms. That's pretty cool. I wonder why I said that earlier then. All right, let's go back. Choose from the 4 difficulties: easy, medium, hard, and brutal. After completing the campaign, brutal can be selected from any mission using the current gear and progression. Expect familiar encounters, boss fights, adventures, and bounties to hit much harder. New endgame bounties played on brutal serve as a benchmark for how strong your build truly is. This is a benchmark. On hard and brutal, elite enemies have a chance to become vanguards, dangerous leaders that empower nearby foes. Spot the vanguard and eliminate the threat to cancel enemies' buffs. Fallen vanguards drop a pickup that grants temporarily buff yourself and your party. Turn the tide in your favor. Starting a new save and conquering brutal from the beginning is where the mode truly shines. Enemies use the most aggressive AI behaviors with expanded kits and surprises. Watch out for the cluster bombs. Oh no. Harder hits, tougher fights, and more demanding environments, including new enemy spawners and hazard scenarios, multiple lieutenants teaming up within single encounters. Interesting. So people who wondered like what the end game is, it seems like the brutal mode is going to be the end game. All right, let's keep reading. Also, what are you guys' thoughts so far from what I've read? Apparently, there's going to be cross-platform play. It was weird why they worded it like that. Unless Google's wrong. Let's go. I think I read most of the stuff on why they shifted from live service to not live service, because they want to make a solid game and just continues to do updates and without having to force microtransactions in your face. So it's motivation. Early access campaign of Towerborne is a light touch. It set up enough of the story for us to continue to explore over the years. So it doesn't tell a clear story on its own. It's definitely not enough to know your role and goals and how you affect the world. When you start a new game, you'll see that you can select your class at the start. No more all sentinel parties at the start, because at first when you first started a game, you were just basically a sword and shield guy until you like went to the belfry and like changed your weapons. Once you started, you'll be thrown into the thick of it, the city of numbers, just as the protective pylons fall. All the storytelling took place in the belfries, so it was hard to remember what was going on and why. After chewing through so many discovery missions, we saw that some success with the small stories and chance encounters that showed us that tools we need in order to shift the focus of our storytelling from the belfry to the missions. All players are beginning a 15+ hour campaign spanning over 50 missions. Some of these are bespoke missions with a focus on the story. Many of these missions have an NPC companion, which came from the player feedback. They also include small cutscenes, dialogue, bespoke environments, and plenty of fighting. The campaign will take you through most of the ventures, all of the environments, and all of the bosses. That means that we are telling our story as you're brawling instead of summoning you back for the next conversation. For fans of the pylon enthusiasts, he'll be waiting. I like that. Tell a story while we're doing stuff. Instead of having to like take a side from playing the game to tell us a story, you're like actively telling the story to us while we're beating up foes. Repetition. So let's address the repetition here. We use the phrase grassland and gobos to denote how repetitive the game could get. Many of our players saw nothing but these for the first hour. While it's fun to explore the map, the forced discovery missions added some real design challenges. It weakened the story by being a barrier between the quest and the goal. The randomization caused difficulty spikes that were hard to detect. They forced you to play several missions with the same enemies and environments for the same region all blended together. It was a hard decision, but we chose to remove the hex-based map that expanded as you clear tiles. The frontier ventures are still there for those who want that experience, but we're not forcing players through them anymore. That lets players focus on the campaign while they're on the map instead of how to get to the next point of it. In doing this, we were able to make each moment of the campaign escalate in a more deliberate and memorable way. The bounty board took over the request board, and it is home of missions that are fun to do but don't have a home in the story of Towerborne. Bounties are available as soon as you reach the belfry. The new ones appear as you complete them and progress through the campaign. The bounty board offers lessons on specific classes in the completely optional settings. There's no side quest asking you to play every class, and there's a way to repeat a forgotten lesson. We tie some useful skills and skill points to bounties, and there's a lot of creative and challenging scenarios. Once you're through the campaign, come back into the bounty board for truly nasty work. So I wonder if they're saying you should do this main campaign first and then go back to the bounty board. I guess you could do them like side by side as well if you want. So starting up the game now comes with a question for you and your friends. What do you want to do? Progress through the campaign, farm up some gear and ventures, earn rights while playing the bounty board, buy while doing frontiers. So you have options, guys. You don't have to play the campaign off the rip, it looks like. Build hopelessness. Progression in early access can feel slow and grindy, sometimes hopeless. The end of the mission can feel punishing when you're looking for just one thing. It doesn't drop. And that's clearly the fault of the off-class weapon that did drop. Yeah, we experienced that as well. We long knew that we wanted to add new features to the forward to address this, and the player feedback hit on the same solutions. At DL4, you get access to Fuse, which lets you destroy gear to get new gear. That includes upgraded spirit dust, getting new aspects, and even crafting legendaries. At DL5, you get the Refine and Reforge, which lets you customize an almost there piece into perfect. Regardless of your opinion on attack versus strike damage versus affliction duration, you can make the gear you have into the thing you want. Awesome. The loot you're dismantling becomes the fuel to make it possible. I love that, man. So if you find a good piece and you're like, this isn't for the class I'm using, you can dismantle it and really try to build up a weapon that you want to have. While these systems have some randomness to them, it is possible to guarantee results. We also increase the drop rate of legendary items, and many of them also drop as a weaker version of DL4. What good is a perfect gear without room for build crafting? Also, following player feedback, we added a set number to count for set bonuses. Boss weapons now have perks instead of being stat ticks, and there's no limit to the number of legendaries you can have equipped. Awesome. With better control over the gear and more routes to explore builds alongside new challenging missions and difficulty modes, this will feel more like a playground with a purpose than a slog. FYI, if you're missing some materials for the forge, go check out the vendor over by Obden and Wolfham. I guess they're selling some stuff. More refinements in class mastery combat. Throughout the early access, we made a lot of improvements to the combat during the time. We added customizable controls, a brand new class progression system, revamped how Death Revive works, and improved the look and feel of the moment-to-moment gameplay. For 1.0 release, we really want to give the players more of what they like. Every player combat action has been tweaked to some capacity for both players and enemies. This includes every hitbox, every cancel window, and every interaction. You can even use Mender's Flask in the air now. Wow, that's pretty cool. There's honestly too many things to list, but we'll try. There are even more class skills to unlock. Some skills are unique to the specific classes and can be unlocked by completing challenges in the bounty board. In addition to this, we also added new universal skills which give each class unique abilities that only need to be unlocked once. Awesome. This hopefully makes the swapping to different classes a bit more different experience now, where you can do some real cool stuff even at earlier levels. We also made improvements to skill point distribution in general. Players can now equip even more skills than before, and you can even earn additional point skills thanks to the bounty board. You'll still have to make some choices on what to bring out into battle, but as always, you can freely equip and unequip skills without consequences to try new ideas. I love that. There's also a whole new variety of aspects and perks that expand your moveset even more. This includes aspects that modify your Umbra abilities, combo finishers, focus skills, and more. On hard and brutal difficulties, defeating vanguards will give you a temporary buff that add even more variety to your playstyle. Speaking of Umbra, there's even more of them now, and they bring something new to the table. Umbras are your assist character that's always with you that could do a special attack on their own. We can't wait for you to discover what their abilities are. This is the addition to refining each Umbra so that they feel better to use in general. This includes being able to use Umbra abilities in the air, which allows you to do some really neat tricks that were never possible before. Co-op gameplay has been improved. Juggling has been refined, so it's easier to do team combos together, which includes combos from our NPC allies that join you in battle now. It's also possible to crawl after being downed by an enemy. We even looked at enemy stats in co-op to make sure that the enemies didn't feel too spongy. In general, the game should feel like a blast to play, and it's a night and day difference to something that we already are really proud of. Player movement is faster, enemies are smarter, attacks feel even better than they ever did, and there's even more cool stuff to do now. Really hope that you enjoy the refinements we've made. Man, if they're making it better, I can't wait to see what this game offers, man. Damn, look at that attack right there. Oh, we get a new look. Now has a trail system, kind of like the old Mario games. Shredder's Revenge or something like that has that uniqueness, or most beat 'em up games have that venture system, you go spot to spot. That's pretty cool. There's no more tile based. Damn, this environment looks pretty cool too. It's looking pretty nice, y'all. They definitely made a lot of improvements from what I've seen and read, and I just can't wait to play it. So let me know what your thoughts of Towerborne are. Did your view change after listening to all this? All right, guys, have a great one. If you guys enjoyed this content, give it a thumbs up, give subscribe, and if you guys want to stay in touch when I do drop content, click that bell notification down below because it'll mean a lot to me. Stay awesome, stay amazing. Until next time, peace.